a little late today, but not really because I just filmed our Tough Love Tuesday video this week and the audio was a complete mess. So once I hung up, went back and checked and you couldn't hear anything I was saying. So my apologies for anyone who was tuned in earlier today, and thank you for your patience. So I wanted to jump in quickly and refilm the magic that I created earlier. Hopefully I don't forget anything. Hopefully it's even better than what I filmed earlier today. And really, thank you, first of all, for everyone who shows up for these Tough Love Tuesdays. I love coming in every week and filming these and sharing new insights and really opening up your mind to new ways of seeing what's really going on for you in your life and your relationship with food. So thank you for everyone who does comment below these videos. I love having this conversation starter and hearing what's coming up for you and coaching you through all of that. I mean, I'm here to do that. So really, really excited. Keep posting, keep commenting below. Love that. Let's dive right in to today's topic. And this is something that's actually been a hot topic in all of my conversations with my clients this last week or two. And, I love kind of bringing those out, when something's on, rolling in the universe, it's a topic that needs to come to Tough Love Tuesday. So I get so much inspiration from these conversations with my clients. So thank you. Shout out to all of you in my various programs right now. So much love and so grateful for you bringing these forward. So today, I want to talk about, and as you can see from the title of this, right? Here's the tough love. Okay. I'm just going to give it to you. Real tough, real full of love. You are probably, 99% of people, and myself included, I'm still working through this, are completely giving your power away to other people by caring what they think of you. Caring, and not only caring, but also needing their validation to make you feel whole, worthy, and connected with yourself. Mic drop. I actually have a mic here. I should drop it, but then you can't hear me. Boom. This is so huge. This is this conversation and topic around people pleasing, right? But deeper level than that, it's around this deep need that so many of us have. And I'm going to explain why we have this, by the way. It'll give you some context in just a minute. But this need for other people to like us, for other people to think we're good, or we did a good job at work, or we're a good wife or a good husband, like to validate us being a good little girl, right? And really, this is that little girl in us that's screaming out to need validation and love from outside of ourselves instead of getting it from within. And as soon as we start getting these nutrients, connection and love and validation, these things that we need to be a happy, healthy human, as soon as we start relying on things outside of ourselves for that, we completely give away our power and our freedom. We are never going to be free, fully free, unless we cut the ties with really disconnecting from other people's opinions of us. Right? And really coming home into ourselves and knowing that we are worthy and we are whole just because we're here and we were born. I mean, you were born whole. There's nothing wrong with you. There never has been. You might just be different or have a different view on things or like different things. That's great. That's what makes like the diversity on this planet so amazing and beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful, is your uniqueness and your difference. So when we can really understand that there's this, this power exchange that we're giving somebody else who has no business being in our life often, we can start to take that back. And I want to share some context here for those of us, because this pattern is something that we all have ingrained in us. It's actually a very important subconscious patterning that's a survival technique. We have this actually to stay alive. It is something that is very important to stay alive, or better say, was really important to stay alive. And I think for me, it really helped understanding where this is coming from at a primal level, so that I could, really call it out in myself and where that was showing up for me. And I want to do that for you. So what's really going on when we think about when humans first came onto this planet, right? We lived in small groups, small communities. And if you weren't liked, if you were too weird or different, you would be kicked out. Or if you did something bad, right, you would be kicked out of that village, wander around by yourself in the woods, die of hypothermia, get eaten by a bear. Like, you would die, because as a human, we do need community and connection to live. It is actually a vital nutrient of being alive as a human. Actually, babies who aren't held die just because, even if they're being fed, because of that human connection and contact is missing for them. So we do need that. But what's going on in our subconscious brain saying people must like me or else I will get kicked out of the village and die? It's a survival technique. That part of our brain hasn't quite caught up with where society is this day and age. So we now live in an age where you can be weird and different, and not everybody is going to like you, and you can always find a new community, a new group of friends, somebody who does get you and connect with you. We're kind of in this era now where, you can live in this little village, we'll call your circle of friends and family. And if they disown you, you just walk 10 minutes next door to the next village and they're going to welcome you with open arms. We have so many choices, whether it's online or even in your cities or where you live, to find new groups of people that do accept us and love us and get us and, have similar interests than us. So we're no longer at a threat. We can also totally survive. I don't think we'll thrive, but you can survive on your own. So if you get kicked out of your group, you can still live. It's no longer a threat to your livelihood and your safety if people don't like you. But that part of our brain is still running the show. So when we can understand that, there's nothing wrong with you or bad about that showing up for you. It's a very important primal part of our brain, but we can choose to put that piece, and we'll call it the ego, on the bench. We can choose to put it to the side and say, thank you for trying to keep me alive and safe, but I got this. And you just sit there quietly and I'll let you know when I need you, right? Which is pretty much usually never. So we can step back into that driver's seat. And this is about really empowering ourselves to step into that and really starting to do the work and work with someone or get support to work through where these patterns are showing up for you and how they're affecting your health, right? And really start letting go of other people's opinions, right? As soon as we care what someone else thinks about us, we give our power away, right? To something that is completely out of our control. We are in charge of our emotions, our actions, showing up, as a great human being. We're not in charge of anyone else. I actually love this saying, and I'm probably going to butcher it. It's, that other people's opinions of me are none of my business. I love that saying. Say that again. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business, because they don't have anything to do with you. We're all walking around with our own view of the world, our lens at which we see the world. We're all walking around with our own traumas and beliefs and values and upbringings and histories and cultures. And oftentimes, if you get in someone's way or somebody doesn't like you for some reason, it has everything to do with their SHIT, I'm going to say it, and nothing to do with you, nothing to do with you. Even if you do something mean or bad and it triggers someone else, that's their response based off of their life. And oftentimes it creates this crazy dynamic when we start really taking everyone else's opinions of us and using it to form our own identity. We get into really toxic, really dangerous territory when we do that and give our power away in that way. So I want to empower you right now to start looking at this in your own life, bringing awareness into where this is showing up for you, and just starting to be curious about where that is and how it's affecting your life. And even specifically, if we want to bring this back to the conversation around food and health, we can look at where am I trying to please or get validation or love from someone else by making a certain decision, right? For instance, your friend coming over, they just baked you a plate of cookies and they're giving it to you because they love you, and you feel obligated to take it because you don't want to hurt their feelings, or you're afraid of what they're going to think about you, or that they won't like you anymore if you don't take that plate of cookies and eat them all. So, you're hanging out with your friends and family and they're all ordering pizza and beer and ice cream, and you're worried if you don't engage in that, subconsciously you're like, oh, then I'm not going to fit in, and then nobody's going to like me, and then I'm going to die. That's what our brain is saying, which sounds so silly, and we can laugh about it. And this is actually an important piece, is call yourself out on this and laugh about it, because it's ridiculous. You're not going to die. And most likely the people around you aren't going to hate you if you don't engage in their bad eating habits. but subconsciously these things are going on, and the more awareness and more you can notice where this is showing up in your life, the easier it is to actually just call yourself out on it and stop doing it, right? And really step into your power. So this is a big piece, obviously a big topic, but let's keep the conversation going down below in the comments. I would love to hear where this is showing up for you. Where are you making decisions or choices in your life based off of your need for someone else to like you and for someone else to give you love, right? Or validation. And for so many of us, this does start at childhood as well. Outside of our primal need, we do need our parents to love and accept us. They're the ones who keep us fed and alive as infants. So on top of this primal piece of our brain that's running the show, we also have this dynamic as a baby infant where we need our parents' love and acceptance and nurturing. And many of us, the inner child in most of us, is still screaming out for our mother's attention, is still screaming out for our mother's validation, or father, right? Our parents' love and validation, and we constantly sacrifice our own selves and our sense of self to please them. So when we can stop doing that, now that we're adults, we're all grown up now, okay? We can stop doing that. We don't need our parents to like us. We can survive on our own and really step into our own. And I want to inspire all of you to do that. So hopefully this is really planting some seeds for you to start taking these steps in your life, and really just at least just really building that awareness of where this is coming from for you and where it's showing up. So let me know in the comments below. Thank you everyone for tuning in again. This is some of you popping in live for the replay of what happened earlier, but hopefully I covered everything. And this is just really such a topic near and dear to my heart, something that I'm still personally working on. When I get a nasty message, which happens, I'm online, I'm out there, I'm helping the world. People send me nasty messages. I haven't had one in a while, but I've had them. And it's really, it is deep, difficult work to not take that on as an attack about you, but understand that that's somebody else's pain and somebody else's problems, right? And really taking full responsibility for my ownership and showing up in the world authentically as me, not needing everybody to like me. I don't need you to like me. Everybody watching this, you don't need to like me. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And that's okay, because the people that do connect with me are going to connect with me. And if you don't, that's cool too. So bringing in that energy around not needing that, and really filling your own cup up first. This does stem right down to that. So get out there, fill your own cup up first, and let me know in the comments below, how this is showing up for you. I cannot wait to get this conversation started, and I will see you all again, same time, same place next week. Bye.